you don't really have that much.
Yeah, also if you fall behind, if Guma falls behind, Senna is super vulnerable to being put behind, and she's already down in levels because of how the champion works.
Too much, but let's get ready to hop onto the rip for game number 1. Yeah, absolutely can. And I'm very curious to see how this bottom lane is going to go, because a lot of priority here from the DRX bot lane. They say, okay, well, if we have to deal with Caitlyn Lux, we can't play this lane. But he's got that support, as you mentioned. Pletta's coming over, and he will help get this one. Owner's just going to give up on the blue buff. He says, there's no way I can fight for that one. Might even get his Gromp taken away as well, as that is going to reset. Very awkward here for Owner, who's also going to get rooted down. Not in danger of dying, as Teddy is not here just yet, but a bit of a skirmish brewing in the T1 jungle right now. As the 3-on-3 comes in, and it's really just a fight over the Gromp.
I've never seen such a heavy contest over a Gromp.
I've seen the Gromp get kills, so it can be very valuable. But, yeah, it looks like eventually DRX are just going to give up on it. They want to return to lane, and they want to... And so far, I've been nothing but impressed by DRX.
Yeah, the timing's so good that Fake is back because, you know, they obviously have a lot of prio bot, they have a lot of prio top, but mid is the one where you're like, you know, we saw Yahoo forced back by Faker, but because of the timing...
Obviously, before the changes, when the Aurelion Sol was very popular, he was hitting like 4,000. As I say that about Faker, he is now going to get knocked up, and he will just dash away. Owner goes in, and he's alone. So he realizes, hey, I'm just going to back away.
At a Chemtech Soul, just giving you no real late game option in the back of it. Oh, Frog in trouble.
Yeah, it's a Senna gank that comes in, but again, this is Renekton, and they're just going to try to turn this one around. They got Viego coming up here as well as the TP, and that's an Aurelion Sol. You're not getting away from that as he glides on in. The ult has to be flashed by Guma, and that's a nice first blood going to DRX.
Yeah. He can prevent the die, but Faker might just shuffle him if he does.
The root's going to come in, but that's Dominus as he goes in. The flash from Owner, but they just don't have the damage. I mean, this is under a turret against a Fed Renekton with Dominus and Black Cleaver finish. So,
yeah,
that dive did not work.
And right now, so far, it's gone pretty good. Now, TP's going to come in to try and deny this Herald, and I don't think they're going to get the value from it as a result. T1 going in force to prevent this.
I mean, DRX still here as well, but yeah, that pushback and no charge means that the Herald...
Control over Banana Brush and the Aurelion Sol being able to put down that field does make it hard, but Owner looking for a flank.
This is a big ult from the side of Carry. It's going to hit 4 people, and the ult from Zeus going to knock back the Aurelion Sol, as a big ult will come from the Aurelion Sol. But now the Vi goes in, and we do have the Nico pop-up, but a lot of members on the side of DRX are low. But where's the damage from T1? So many low health bars here on the side of DRX, but nobody can kill anything. Finally, Carrier will get the second kill onto the Viego, and Guma on the Senna level 8 is able to get that final kill onto Pleta, as C1 finally turned that fight around. Kind of maximum value out of those team fight ultimates from the Poppy and the Ornn especially. And now trying to get to work here on a Frog who just got his Dominus back, was probably spamming that one, and now do they have the damage to chase him all the way down the lane? The double slice and dice will come in, and Frog does get away. As now the bottom laners just kind of playing around here in mid. Carrier already level 13. Ahead of Teddy in terms of levels, and now Sponge going 1v1 versus Owner. They're going to get the knock-up on a Yehu, but there's no follow-up here from the side of T1, so a little bit of a... Not really going to chunk through this one, as the ult is going to come down, hits the Senna, and a bit of damage here on a Carrier. But it's pretty much just Yehu trying to hold on to this mid wave. Everybody else is backing. T1 handled this well. I don't think that DRX were fooling anyone there, as there is vision now in the Baron pit. And so T1 will just get another Chemtech break, as now, little fight coming in, but Carrier goes way too deep by himself. That's now getting flanked by Frog. He is all alone in the enemy jungle. Down he will go. That is that very tanky Ornn just dead, and now DRX looking at that Baron. Specifically, the Hunter Baron does a lot of damage, but this is going to be a rough steal from the side of Owner. I mean, there's a Kalista, you've got Smite, and they're down a member as the knockback comes in, and now it's just a massive Aurelion Sol ult, and the Kalista gets the Baron, as T1 do a bunch of damage, but they're losing everything else. Nobody on the side of DRX will fall except Sponge, and Zeus is just on the run here. Yahoo looking for a little bit more, and he should be... okay.
Oh, too much healing, too much healing.
So the plants are going to come in, and that's fine. That would have just been the bonus. Looking to land the stun or something. The Keeper's Verdict is going to hit the Aurelion Sol away, but the two members of DRX are already on the Poppy, and Zeus cannot survive. as that Poppy looking really squishy at this point in the game with the amount of damage that DRX have and the momentum they have.
Yeah, great ult from Yehu, and Frog layers the CC, kills him, and the damage from Sponge is there as well. The Ornal comes in, but not able to connect. Now T1 are gonna try and find something here on Yehu, but they might be in trouble themselves.
Oh, it's a root here on Owner. He's in a ton of trouble. I mean, look at that massive chunk that the Aurelion Soul is at this point, and the Vi alone is obviously going to be taken down. The only gold lead is on the Orn. As Sponge, he's going to get a flash out of the Senna as well. That means that Guma's going to have less survivability on the next Aurelion Soul ult.
With just how this game is going so far, T1 set up for the Dragon again. It's only a Chemtech, but DRX not going to let them get this one for free.
Yeah, this time around, DRX want to fight for it, as a lot of poke damage is coming out of the Azir. Faker doing a good job of that. But is it going to be effective damage here? As we don't have the empowered ult, and a lot of damage does go into the Dragon, as T1 will take it down. DRX, and now just kind of chasing T1 through their own jungle. They want to push and get some mid-prio here and maybe take down another turret, but now Peria gonna throw his ult as the flank is coming in. Sponge in a really rough spot, as now the ult from the Poppy's gonna knock him away. Yehu's all alone on the top side of this one, as these fights have been so messy. Pleta, a massive ult as Baker in a lot of trouble, has to flash away. Keria going in by himself. He's got Guma on the backside. Yehu's gonna go down by himself. Keria is so tanky, but does eventually go down to the human nexus that is Teddy. T1 looking for a little bit more on the chase as the charge comes in from Zeus, and it looks like Pleta will have to give his life for the team.
T1 managed to find that engage, and that's the danger against his composition. Oh, Teddy!
The flash comes in. That's a shutdown for the Vi, and importantly,
Yehu is TPing in. They can contest this.
They absolutely can with Yehu and how gigantic this Dragon is, but the Ornald comes in as T1 look for the turn, and they get absolutely bombed in the river. Massive damage comes out from the Aurelion Soul as Yehu, he is going to go down to Faker though, who is doing an insane amount of damage, and now Zeus and Keria able to win a 2v2 up there. Frog trades one back, but man, that Aurelion Soul ult was insane, and DRX stopped the Baron attempts. They got a Callista, they've got a tank, and this Baron does do a lot of damage. You see Frog is getting a little bit low, and Faker with the Mega Cone is just going to go to the north side here alongside of Zeus and try to fight this straight up. Pleta just trying to avoid it as the Fate's Call, they dodge the ult from the Poppy, but they take out two, and it's only Teddy who does get the Baron, and it's now 1v2ing. Teddy able to stand up to two, and no, will take him down at the last moment.
Pleta there. Pleta gets an ult to stop Faker coming in.
Okay, 바로 먹게.
I'll get Baron, he says.
Oh, so close, so close. But he got the Baron.
As they do have just an intense amount of damage. The smite comes in, and the Callista secures it. And T1 say, well, you get it. We'll try to get mid-prio. Frog in a lot of trouble, goes for the Dominus, is going to get swept as a team, and Frog is just so tanky, though, as the rest of the DRX is coming on over. They want to take the fight. Owner is in a lot of trouble, but the Yehu ult doesn't do that much damage, and down will go the Renekton, and now Yehu's on the run. Pleta's on the other side of the fight, as here comes Faker once again, looking for more, but the peel comes in from Sponge to help out Teddy. Nobody can get on this Callista, as they're trying to lock the soldiers forward. And Owner, here comes Zeus looking for this, but the Sonya's is going to keep him alive, and the rest of the team is able to dive under the turret. Zeus is able to lock them in place, as now Teddy, the range from the Senna is too long, and maybe, just maybe, T1 has won a big team fight. I don't think they'll win the game, as now they're trying to get Pleta here, who was just pushing mid, and he will just die.
And they are starting it up. DRX have vision, but T1 have their engages ready to play interrupt on whoever approaches.
Yeah, I'm looking for this Keeper's Verdict right now as the ult comes in from Frog. They want to get... Oh, the massive knockup from the side of Pleta and the follow-up, but T1 are still turning this one around, but Faker the first one to go down. Guma's also going to hit the deck. The rest of the team, though, is dead on the side of DRX, but this Viego is getting reset. Finally does go down, as it's just the two tanks left, and the Dragon is just breathing on everyone. A triple kill comes through, and Zeus will go down as well. And they have that damage to get the job done. As we are tied currently with the most kills in summer at 40. As T1 do not want to give them this one, but they're already getting to work on this Dragon.
Yeah, the cluster secure really makes it a lot easier, but the fight's gonna come in.
Oh, the ult there onto the Renekton, but the massive damage there. But Yehu is alone in the front line. He has to go zombie with the turn, but their dragon is already dead. Down will go Faker though. Is there a chance, perhaps, for Sponge and Teddy to carry this one? Owner on the chase here. Pletta's gonna go down. Teddy's also gonna go down. I think T1 have finally broken the backs of DRX in this game one.
They managed to take down Yehu. The ult looks massive. Pletta gets a big ult, but it's just not enough. And Guma, the Fountain Laser, comes through clutch in this game. T1 able to close it out. An absolute battle to get to this point, and this is just game one and breaking the record for kills in a game this summer. An absolute slugfest.
I mean, this was just insane. 46 minutes. I did not expect to cast a game like this in game number one of this series as well. But T1, they do take down the Nexus. They get the first win of the best of three.
You know, Yehu had a fantastic game, did 1 million damage. Pletta had some huge ults. Pletta doing almost as much damage as Teddy.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't seen him on any range supports to split apart from one Renata game.